Okay, welcome back to another hack tutorial here. This one is something I've been playing around with. It's not one I listed in my hack demonstration video, but I thought it'd be worth posting anyway. This is basically the script that I figured Mad Carl stole from Gary. I think that's how you pronounce his name, but it was in a cheat table in the original version, and if you search online for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit cheat table and you type in lightweight car after that, you'll find it and you'll see the code. Well, I basically reverse engineered it and then figured out what address it was writing to, and then come up with my own script for it, and added some other things that I found. No, I haven't found everything. I've just been poking around. This is like a day's worth of hack here, so we're going to start the car here, and I think I'm set to default. And what this does is it messes with the gravity setting, or the downforce on the body, the weight. So yeah, and the body's got its own weight value, and that controls. You know, it's like having a boat anchor in the rear of the car. If you set the weight real heavy, it's going to drift way out to the wide when you're going through corners. And if you set the body real light, and you're not going to really drift at all. Of course, you can change that with other settings. With even the wheels themselves got gravity and weight values attached to them, and I'll show you that here in a second. But we're going to run from this point here to that monument, or that stone thing there, to the other end, and we're going to see how fast we can get up to. So this is just default values. Nothing's been changed yet. Then I'll turn the script on, you'll see what it does. So about right there, we're up to about 155, somewhere in that neighborhood. So we're going to start here. We're going to run it the other way, it's the same length. Now I'm going to turn the script on. You'll hear it say gravity.
Gravity adjustment activated.
Okay, now we've lightened the body. We've also lightened the wheels, which is something that Gary didn't do. So I don't think he was looking for it, but I found it. And let's get to it here. Looks like we're right at 200 miles an hour, so I just increased the speed of this car, acceleration wise, up to 50 miles an hour. And as you can see here, this thing rockets and stops on a dime. And yes, you can make it do this quicker, but the way I got it set up right now is at least somewhat manageable with like a 360 controller. Ideally, you'd want a steering wheel, or maybe even a keyboard. It might be better. So, yeah, going through the corners, there's no drift. I did make it somewhat manageable, but yeah, you just steer through the corners. You don't have to. And your first time doing this, you'll probably overcompensate, smack into the wall. But oh yeah, and it affects the gravity of the other cars in the game. So if you see them flipping around like that, don't worry about it. Yeah, and you can turn on a dime real quick with this. So see that guy's wigging out here. See that? He's just flipping around. Now if I turn it off,
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
he falls. So I think you get the idea what this is messing with. Now we still got our acceleration. It won't turn itself off. The values will not get reset until you crash. So we're going to crash into that car right there. And now all of our gravity settings are back to normal. So as you can see, we're not accelerating like a rocket. And then we can turn it back on with the thumbstick. So let me show you. I'll park this thing sitting here. Let me show you my cheat table, part of it. I'm not going to show you everything, but this is it right here. And this is a script I wrote. Gary, his script, his original one, and I give him credit for creating it. That's how I found this. This would have been literally impossible for me to find. I didn't, you know, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. You don't know what values to look for. But if you run his original script in the original version and look at what it's doing, you'll find these float values, and you can turn them to hex and then bring them into cheat engine and scan form. And how I found that was this right here. I done one for the SL65 black, and this is its default gravity value for the body, and here's the default for the Vantage. And then you just bring these values into cheat engine and look for them, and and if you start looking around, comparing stuff, when you change in cars through the vehicle selection menu, you can start sorting this stuff out, and you'll find the body gravity, the body weight, right rear, left rear, front, and just all these. This is just what I found here in a few minutes ago. So, and here's the script for it. And these adjust the body gravity and then the right, or the right rear tire, left rear tire, right front tire, and left rear tire. If you don't adjust all four of those, then your car is going to probably fall through the map. So, or it'll wig out and do some really weird shit. So make sure, and in most of the cars, the front wheels are lighter than what is on the rear. So that's one thing to remember too. Another thing I use to help me find these is I done a structure dissect on these. This is where I found the one for the body gravity, and then here's one where I found, see, I was watching in a memory address, some things changed when I scrolled through the vehicles, and then I just went down the list here and kind of upped it, and then what do you know, here's the body weight, here's the wheel weights, these are the rears, these are the fronts, these two values here, and right here's the actual gravity that we're screwing with for the body. That makes you really fast. Here's the ones for the wheels, and you can see the gravity. The higher, that's another thing. The higher you make this value, the lighter it is. So these well, it's 37 thousandths. Here, 41 thousandths. Well, that's lighter, and these are the front wheels, and you can see the weights, or and also these values here change when you change with the car too. I'm not sure what they do. I haven't messed with them. So, if you could change, look at them and look at it like float value, they're really small floats. So I'm not sure what they are. They could be byte values, but beats me. But I got to looking through here what changed and what didn't change, and as I haven't gone through this whole list either, so there could be, I'm sure the horsepower value may be somewhere around here, but I haven't found it because I'm not sure what to look for, and I'm sure it's not just going to stick out like this body weight either. That was kind of obvious when I seen it. Yeah, so my advice is to look around in this section of memory. You might find a way to manipulate the horsepower value of these cars too, but there's enough here for you to custom tailor your handling for any car you want. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, for cars flipping around, let's change, make these really small. I'll show you what happens when you make these too small. You could write a separate script for this just to make it do this. So we're just gonna, well, screw that. I'll just change it down here, that way I don't mess with the script. Yeah, we'll just do this. So these are the wheel gravity values. I'll just make them like, I don't know. Let's just make them 0.1. And we'll copy that. And we'll select, hold down a control key, double click, we'll just paste that value in. Now this should cause the car to really get crazy. Yeah. Want your car to bounce around like that? Now it gets really crazy if I turn the gravity script on.
Gravity adjustment activated.
And then hit a car and wreck and leave it on. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to wreck, and you're going to see this car really wig out. I should keep, there you go. Want your car to flip out? I probably should have told you that.
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
Here, I'll just let it fly off the screen. But yeah, if you're prone to epileptic seizures, you might not want to watch this. So another thing, if you're going to do that, well, you could do that anytime you want, but if you hit a car,
Gravity adjustment activated.
see, if you hit a car, you want to turn that off right after you crash, or that will happen.
Gravity adjustment
As soon
deactivated.
as you turn it off, it'll go back, but yeah, if you, like I'm gonna ram, well, I might as well. Yeah, I'll ram into this car here.
Gravity adjustment activated.
Now I'm gonna turn it off,
Gravity adjustment
and now it won't
deactivated.
wig out on me, so that's how you deal with that. And you can just turn it back
Gravity
on.
adjustment activated.
And you can turn it back off
Gravity
if you want to,
adjustment
because those
deactivated.
values stay in memory until you crash, so you can turn it on, off, off. That would be the best way to deal with it, unless you want to do that. So we'll just leave it on for this car.
Gravity adjustment activated.
Crash. Now I'm going to show you that anti.
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
Yeah, that's fun, right? So I've had it throw me in the game. I've watched the speed get up to like 900 miles an hour. Is how fast it was whipping my car around. So, let's back up here. Yeah, this thing won't stop on a dime like with the thing. So let's park it right here. All right. We got our brand new cheat table open here. I'll just assume that you don't have anything. If you do, it'll be easier though. Just double click the process. No, I don't want to load existing cheat table, and we're ready to start here. So I'm going to bring up Notepad here. And how I found it, I was searching for these values, right? But I'd have to change cars because I'm using the CCX, so I'm not going to bother that. But if you want to look for this value, just for the hell of it, pick the SL65 black, come in the cheat engine, and the first thing you want to do is you want to gray this box out like that right there. If you don't, and you leave it checked like that, it's only going to find that, like if you search for an array of bytes or some shit like that, then it will only find that value or the array of bytes when it writes to it. So you want that box grayed out, and as you can see there, it says don't care if it's writable memory or not. So that finds everything. The next thing you would do is you'd check this hex box, because this is a hex float. Then you just paste that in. Well, not that, but you'd copy this value and then paste it in. And you leave this as 4 bytes exact. And then you would scan, and if you're using SL65, it will come up with one value, and that right there is it. Find it, and it will point you to the memory location that you need to find all this other stuff. I've already done all this shit for you, and I'm going to show you how to use what I got here. So you're going to come down to add address manually, and you're going to come over here and you're going to like copy body gravity, right? Paste. Or you're not going to paste it in the address, you're just going to paste it in the description. And then you come down to pointer, you can click add offset, and you'll just copy this, and this will be the same for all of them. Once you do one, you'll just copy the offsets. You won't have to mess with the actual address. And this is using a 318 and a 1C. 1C is the actual offset. And then you just click OK. Oh, you want to change it to float too, and that should do it. And that'll point you to the exact address every time you restart the game. So there you go. And we're going to have to create a header for this stuff, and we'll call it car handling. So basically all this does is change the handling. I know you don't want header address support. Click no, just click on the body gravity, drag it down until it centers out on car handling, and you're done. I'll do one more of this for you, and then I'm going to show you the script, how to add that. And you can do the rest of these on your own. I shouldn't need to hold your hand and walk you through this. So you're going to copy, click manually add. See, it's already got the address now up here. And then you're just going to click pointer, add offset, and the offset for this particular one is C and 348. Tab 348, that's 248, 348, and you just click OK. And you'll drag that up here, and you got another one. Your See, this is the main one that controls most of your speed, and then the body weight. This will um, basically controls or affects how your car drifts. So, like if you set this at 4,000, I'll just go ahead and show you what that does. And every time you wreck, these values will get reset. So now our car's got a weight of 4,000. So just think of a boat anchor in the ass end of this car. So when we start to drift, this car's going to go way out to the outside. And see, you don't want to come back. See? But we change that value to, like, let's say this car weighs 200 pounds. Can you guess what's going to happen now? We'll have a lot more traction and literally no drift at all. See, it doesn't want to drift. Even at 130, it won't drift. And this is where most people, if you've been playing this way, you will overcorrect. So I can just turn. Now there it goes. Now watch, the values here will get reset. This one wasn't changed, but this one will. See? Oh yeah, watch this shit. So if you make this number smaller, it increases downforce, right? So I'm going to get the car to stop here. And this only takes effect when you move the car. Okay, it doesn't look like anything happened, right? Now watch when I roll this car forward, that the car will like sag on its suspension. They don't really have suspension, but you know what I mean. See how it dropped into the ground? It's almost fallen through the map. And there it fell through. And when it respawns you, it's going to reset this value. Now if we set this to, let's say, 0.1, which is ridiculous, it's really going to go crazy. Okay, you don't want this. This is not controllable. Car literally weighs nothing. So it's going to kind of... See, I can't even turn the damn car. Come on, flip back over. There you go. But just for shits and giggles, we'll see how fast it accelerates. So we got a car there in the way. Kind of eyeball this. So about right there. Make the change. Alright, let's get to it. Instead of 200, we're like, when we hit the brakes, God, it stops like nothing. But this is uncontrollable. I mean, see, it weighs nothing, so if I hit the gas, I'm wheeling around. So, and of course the values are set. So I don't know what it does if you're like 0 weight. Of course, you add the other values in for the wheels, and you can change the amount of traction they get. So that's kind of handy, I guess. Yeah, it didn't seem to do too much. I bet it probably got 0 drift with that. Okay, next. Once you add the remaining entries here in, and all this stuff will be in the description. Next, I want you to come in and just copy from here on down. This is my own little custom setup, and it's somewhat drivable. You'll copy it, then you'll come in here with highlight any of these values. Anything is in here. You can just hit Control B, and you're going to hit Control A, or you can pick it right there out of Tools. But I just hit Control A, Control V to paste. Then you'll come over here, File, Assign to Current Cheat Table, and that's it. You can close this out if you want. Now, we're going to call this just Gravity Adjustment. And it'd be nice if I could spell. There we go. And we're going to drag that up here, and we're going to put that at the very top. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hotkey this to my thumbstick like I did in the other, my cheat table. So I hit my right thumbstick, and it's just going to toggle it off and on, and I'll have it talk to me when it does it. So And apply, and we're done. So now when we click it, we've got normal acceleration right now. And then when we click the button, or the right thumbstick,
Gravity adjustment activated.
now we rocket off like we got a rocket shoved up our ass. And remember, I can turn
Gravity
this off and
adjustment
it's still
deactivated.
effective. You will have to turn it off though if you hit a car like that. You don't. Yeah, I guess you could turn it on after you hit the
Gravity
car and
adjustment
watch it
activated.
flip out like that.
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
See? All right. Enough of that. Let me go ahead and bump this car to get it to stay there. I think you got a handle on that, so let's go to the next process. You'll come down here to disable wreck and crash script, and you'll do the same thing. Copy. Highlight one of these, just hit Control B. You can even do it on a script, it makes no difference. See, I'll just Control B, hit Control A, Control V, go over to File, assign a current cheat table, close all that junk out. We can close all this shit out too. And we'll call this disable crash is slash Rex. And that's it. Now when we enable this, we can no longer wreck, it won't wreck us out. Now it will, when you pass through cars or something like that, it will reset your gravity values for you. So just remember that. So we're going to hit this car here and pass right through it. We're going to turn on gravity hack.
Gravity adjustment activated.
Now watch it. See? It wigs out because I didn't turn it off.
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
But it knows I wrecked even though I drove right through that car. So I'm going to drive through these cars here.
Gravity adjustment. Gravity
Turn it off.
adjustment deactivated.
See how I passed right through it? Turn it
Gravity
on.
adjustment activated.
Just turn it off.
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
See, the effect's already there. And then see, as soon as I pass through the car, I'm back to normal gravity. So,
Gravity
but
adjustment
turn it
activated.
on, turn it
Gravity
off.
adjustment
As you
deactivated.
can see, I turned around and I'm like really speeding up. So, but see, it's still effective until I pass through a car or wreck. This is the reason I showed you the disabled wrecks or crash script, is because you don't have to wreck your car out like Gary did in his video. That was the only way he knew to reset it. But you can just pass through them like that right there, and now it's reset. So you don't have to crash out. But if you don't have that script, you gotta wreck out. So, but you got it now, so don't worry about it. Show you what
Gravity
happens
adjustment
when you're wrecking
activated.
the walls.
Gravity
Even it won't
adjustment
let you
deactivated.
wreck. See? Just it basically it's cutting out the cutscene, and it's automatically respawning you onto the other side really quickly, and you only lose maybe 30, 40, 50 miles an hour when you do that. So, and right now we're disabled, but we can turn it on.
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
See, it's still on active. Now it's not. Now, I think you get the point. We'll go ahead and bump this guy. That would have wrecked us. So, let's go ahead and turn that off just to prove it works.
Gravity adjustment activated.
Yeah, this is how Gary had to do it. He'd wreck out or something like that. And then, if you don't turn the script off, you go into an epileptic seizure.
Gravity adjustment deactivated.
Alright, I think that's pretty much got it covered. Again, thanks for watching the video. Now you know how to make your car flip around the screen. If you want it to, just leave the gravity enabled when you crash or pass through a car if you got Rex disabled. And now you know how Mad Curl is, wrecks people out so quickly in a short amount of distance. He stole this script, or someone else rewrote it for him. I figure it's the later. So thanks for watching the video, and have fun with this new little hack. And yes, there are more on the way, so stay tuned for that. Later. Okay, this is a quick little demo demonstrating what this little gravity hack does, and it allows you to turn around extremely fast, speed up really quick, and it's great for crashing people out. Okay, this becomes child's play once you have this. Of course, I got some other hacks to help me here, but as you'll see, this is really fucking screwed up. I mean, it's fun at first, and then it gets really sad because they can't beat you. I mean, it's nothing but a wreck fest, really. Every time I'm hitting them, I'm wrecking them out because my car is accelerating so damn fast. So this is the reason that those losers use this hack. Now, I'm not spiking the shit out of them. I could do that, but I'm not interested in that part. This is just demonstrating the actual gravity hack itself. If you were spiking them, then yeah, you spike them, turn around real quick before they can even get going again, and just plaster right into them, and wreck them, and then bust them. So then, yeah, that becomes even easier. So this here, I'm just having a bit of fun with them. But like I said, I race a lot, and I don't play Hot Pursuit. It's just lame, and I don't really care for Most Wanted either. Hence the reason I never bothered looking for any of this stuff. So, and yeah, you can see the cars wigging out there. So, yeah, this is just pathetic. I mean, if you want to, get into like a ramming battle, then this is the hack for you. But this is just ridiculously easy. So, enjoy the rest of the video, and I don't recommend doing this online, but you can if you want. It's nothing. It's a free country, right? So you can do whatever the hell you want. Just don't blame me if you get, banned or people get to blocking you. So, later.
And subscribe right now.